Hey everyone, I'm Richard and this is Grey Wizard Gaming, and I'm a little bit sick. I've been sick for about 4 or 5 days, and I was supposed to have an interview with Sean again, second week. Didn't happen, so instead I am going to be talking about Glorantha, the God's War. And the reason why I'm talking about it is twofold. One, I did a live play with a bunch of other YouTubers, with Sandy Peterson guiding us, coaching us, I guess, whatever. And that had been the first time I'd ever played Glorantha. Now, some of you have asked, hey, you know, I cover a lot of Cthulhu Wars. Am I going to cover Glorantha? Well, now I am, because now I've actually played it, and I have a policy that I try not to talk about something I haven't played. I really try not to talk about things that I don't own. I did back it on the new Kickstarter. I will have a link to the Kickstarter in the show notes. This is not sponsored, guys. I have only a promise of a liquid beverage of my choice from Sandy. That's it. At some point in the future, I will get a beverage when I fly somewhere that I meet Sandy. So that's it, guys. There's no sponsorship. I just love their games. So, and I've loved Call of Cthulhu and so many things Sandy Peterson has done my entire life. So that's all, guys. It's all. I'm really just a fanboy. All right. So yesterday was the first time I played, and you can see I actually played on Tabletopia, which was a really cool experience. I've never played before. I was playing Sky, and you can see the experience is pretty pleasant. I mean, it's not the same as playing with friends around the table, but at the same time, I was playing with Sandy Peterson in there and a bunch of other cool guys. And I mean, hey, Sandy Peterson kind of like set me up and asked people to make sure that I lose. But if you look, I did lose. So there you go. Sandy got his way. However, I was number 2 place. Darkness just destroyed us at the end. I had again. This was the first time I had ever played the game. I'm not making excuses, guys. I'm not trying to make excuses, but the reason why I can't really call it an excuse, because if you've played Cthulhu Wars, then you kind of get how this game should work. It's not, I mean, this is not a Cthulhu Wars clone. It's just that a lot of the, like, what I always call game technology was reused in different ways in Glorantha. And I found it very easy to pick up and grab. And oh man, there's so many mistakes I made right away. Like one of the things is I put Shaughnessy right here. But here's the thing about this faction, guys. This is just a quick tip, just a bonus. Don't put Shaughnessy, if you're like me and you put a bunch of archers up here in the Sky Dome, do not put Shaughnessy as one of the bottom 2, okay? Don't do it, because I built my strategy around battle coverage on the top and bottom of the map from the Shaughnessy ability, where my archers in adjacent areas may add their combat value to my total. So the problem is that a big component of Sky is this giving up of their gifts so that they can get them again. But I needed to not give up Shaughnessy. So that was just a mistake. I should have put something else there that is like, for example, solar energy. I only had sun out of hell for a very short period of time. So solar energy totally could have gone down there, because I was going to give it up anyways, and then I could just get it back when I need it. So yeah, there you go. You can see that sun stuck in hell. They kept me stuck down there most of the game. Don't risk sun with darkness, because darkness can send you straight to hell, and it's a huge hassle. But the important thing is, super fun game. If you like Cthulhu Wars, you'll probably like Glorantha. And one of the things I like is that I don't think there's enough humans in Cthulhu Wars. Like, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like the sculpts in Cthulhu Wars are inherently limited because the creatures that were made or described by H.P. Lovecraft and other people are most of the time indescribable. So these are like things straight out of Sandy Peterson's nightmares, and they're amazing, super cool looking, but also it limits the amount of recognizable things that people can appreciate that maybe aren't huge fans of Lovecraft. Well, with Glorantha, you have a lot of interesting monsters that also, I mean, aren't necessarily all describable. Some of them are indescribable, but they're like more fantasy themed. And I think that there's a wider market that can consume that. Plus, Glorantha is, what is that? You know, I can't remember what role-playing game it's from, but basically you've probably, if you're a long-time tabletop role-playing game, you have experienced Glorantha at some point. Somebody chime in the comments which role-playing game is set in Glorantha. It's one that I saw all the time growing up. I actually never played it. It was like D&D, Shadowrun, and Vampire, White Wolf games, and then I would play like riffs. I would play like lots of riffs, and don't get me started on that one. Okay, so yeah, so this is super cool without knowing how to play at all. Sandy Peterson just like described the rules. I was able to get in second. And that just shows you that if you've played a lot of Cthulhu Wars, you probably can reuse that knowledge to play decent or good. Maybe, unlike me, maybe get first place on your first game. But I showed well for myself, I think. And then I'm just gonna end this with this. Another Peterson Games Kickstarter, what little shelf space you had left. Come on, guys. I have no shelf space left. So it just keeps like flooding out. I also got my copy of 8-bit I got my copy of 8-Bit Attack, which is super cool. I'm very excited to get this. If you didn't see the cool video they made, it was super cool, very meta. Yeah, I hope a lot of you actually got the game. If you backed 8-Bit Attack, please post in the comments, because I hope I'm not like alone among my community, that more of you backed it because it seems super cool. And I will definitely have some stuff about it. I'm definitely not the Sandy Peterson channel, guys. You guys know I play lots of other games, and I always kind of like talk about it. It's just right now there's a Kickstarter, and then I got some stuff from Kickstarter, and it's just, I'm getting a lot of Kickstarter stuff from Peterson Games right now. I also got Deep Madness, so I am not just some shill for Peterson Games. Deep Madness, you could fill up, not only did I do the video last week, but you could just fill up a whole table full of that stuff. So we're not talking about like shelf space for another Sandy Peterson Kickstarter. We're talking about like a storage unit or another house or something to to store all this Kickstarter stuff. I have a problem, guys, but you guys get to experience some of my problem, hopefully in a positive way. And with that, I actually feel like I was getting a little bit of my voice back by the end, so that's good. Maybe I'm getting over the sickness. And with that, and you can kind of see some of the background. You normally guys don't get to see this angle of my room. That back wall, we are planning on replacing all of it with a 5x5 IKEA cube thing because I need more shelf space. Seriously, guys. All right, with that, thanks everyone. Bye.